Welcome back to Evil Deedz, and we are going to be doing a what if on Dragon Ball. We're going to be doing the part 3. So playing little music in background, just whatever, fill in the background noise. So the part 3, I don't need to read that. Summarize what's happened so far. Bardock has a child called Kumba, and the mother General Violet. Vegeta and Nappa took over the Red Ribbon Army headquarters whilst Bulma researched and making a gravity chamber. Taba learned a shield barrier from King Vegeta. Vegeta is a gift from King Vegeta from Taba. Holders of the 7 Dragon Balls are Broly, Bora, Vegeta, Goku, Raditz, Tailess, and Taba. There'll be a made-up tournament fight before the 7 Saiyans, a year before the main tournament. Broly as a dark cloud from Current to keep him calm. Taba as a light cloud from Russia. Dr. Gero was killed by Vegeta. I don't know where, but whatever. The start points for characters is Vegeta and Nappa Bulma at headquarters. Goku, Raditz, Broly, Taba, Krillin, Yamcha, Roshi, Grandpa Gohan, and Rush on Rosh's island. Bardock, Kumba, and Violet at home. Tailess at his own place. This takes place between the end of the Red Ribbon Army and start of the Demon King Piccolo saga. Roshi tells the Saiyans he can't chain them anymore and to set off on their own path without using fly to get around, so the Saiyans, Kakarot, Raditz, and Taba stood at different points of the island. Then the two began to swim in one direction, straight forward, whilst Gohan says goodbye to Kakarot. With Gohan, it's Grandpa Gohan. It's not Goku's Gohan. It's not that time yet. Kakarot then went on his way. Kakarot does the same thing as he does in the anime. Broly stayed to oversee Krillin Yamcha's training with Roshi and Gohan. At the headquarters, Bulma created the gravity chamber in a month, so Vegeta pushed himself to train hard with Nappa. Bulma started working on inventions and capsule coat productions. Tailess gets attacked at home by the remaining Red Ribbon Army, led by General Silver, launching a rocket at the house, blowing the house away, while Tailess stood all his treasures was up in the air. Tailess shot all the shoulders and began to walk up to Silver. So Silver took off his jacket and began airily to throw punches. Tailess grabs both his arms and rips them off. Tailess leaves Silver to see Bardock. Silver informs his leader that he wasn't a match, so the leader placed a bounty on Tailess' head. Mercenary Tower heard that the Red Ribbon Army fell, making him have less requests for assassination and a strong opponent out there. So he goes to Current Tower for the Divine Water. When he got to the top, Current sensed his was evil. He gave him the water and pretended that he was more powerful by fooling him. So he took up the assassination on Tailess. Tailess trained with Bardock for a full year, whilst Violet took care of Kumba. But one day Bardock thought of trying to control the Great Ape from normal, the Great Ape form with normal. So he used the best of mixed moves, turning Bardock and Tailess and even Kumba into a giant ape, or Great Ape. But Kumba wasn't a normal version, it was like a spider monkey, with 4 arms and tails. Kumba crushed Violet and the whole. They went on a rampage. Broly sensed a strong power, so he headed over to it on his cloud to check it out. When Broly got there, he saw 2 great apes getting pushed back by a giant spider monkey. So he assessed the situation and began creating blaze-like energy to cut the 4 tails, so Kumba turned normal. While Bardock was enraged, he picked up Kumba and threw him as far as he could. Tailess convinced Bardock to stay till the night passes, since they are still in the 8th vault. Broly was eager, so he joined them whilst trying to stay calm. The next morning, Bardock hurried home after the 8th form wore off, and mourned over Violet. Then suddenly Tao showed up. So Bardock wasn't interested, so Taylor had a rock paper scissors with Broly to see who could stay. But Broly won. Broly stepped off his cloud. The mercenary Tao starts punching and kicks to the face. Nothing happens, and starts sprouting off about the divine water. Then he powered up the Dodon Ray, hitting Taylor and wounding Belly. Bardock got up, started walking towards him. Tao backed away until he was pinned against a tree. Bardock grabbed Tao's throat and used energy blast through Tao's chest, killing him. Broly grabbed Taylor and went to the current tower, whilst Bardock went to look for the combo. At this point, 2 years have passed. Kakarot, Raditz, Tarbo made it back to Roshi's island. Raditz got bigger whilst the other gained a few inches. Roshi told Kakarot that Gohan passed away by a natural illness, so he couldn't be wished back. Tarbo and Raditz sent key blasts in the air like fireworks to tell everyone to come. A background noise is nice. Bardock came, then Taylor and Broly, then Vegeta and Nappa. They began to talk to one after another, and they designed to make two people leaders of a group. So the leaders were Bardock and Vegeta. And for the reward, they can enter the tournament, each one pit after each other. But Broly didn't want to take part at first, until they said that the Dragon Balls will revive the dead, so go all out. The rule is easy to follow. The first team to be beaten, meaning death, loses. So Vegeta team flies back to HQ, whilst Bardock team plotted their attack with having a general of elite. They had the advantage in tactics. Vegeta team had foremost support. When Vegeta team got to the HQ, Kakarot Taylor Raditz was amazed by the HQ. There were farming going on at different stages, making unlimited food through Bulma's inventions. Vegeta left the three behind to talk to Bulma that they be needing something for the fight and for the three Saiyan armors. Kakarot stepped in the gravity chamber building and started it up, pinning him to the floor. Struggling to turn it off, Raditz heard Kakarot in pain. He went and barely could walk to the panel, so Raditz turned it off, picking Kakarot up on his feet. Taylor went on his own and stumbled upon a robot that Bulma made. He began to attack Taylor, so he took it outside and began to fight. Amazed at how strong the robot is, he sends a key blast, but the robot absorbed it. They started moving faster. Bulma could hear something going on, so she watched Taylor's fighting the robot. The robot started to learn Taylor's fighting movements and kept countering Taylor's. Was getting beat, so Bulma turned it off. Taylor was tired out. Vegeta called to rest through the speakers of a feast in the tall building. They all sat down. They all sat down. Vegeta banged on the table 2 times. A bunch of Simons came out with plates of food covering the table. Everyone started eating, while Simons kept running around, plate after plate. After Vegeta told them where they'd be staying, Raditz and Kakarot headed to their room, while Taylor passed Vegeta a seed. Taylor tells him all about even the dangers, so Vegeta thought it'd be good to boost power, so he gives it to Bulma to make sure it's safe. Taylor heads off to the room, whilst Vegeta comes with tactics for the battle. And I'm getting a call. What is it? Wait a minute. So Vegeta thought it'd be good to boost power, blah blah blah. Taylor heads off to the room whilst Vegeta comes up with tactics for the battle. After it rushes, Nappa says to Bardock that he doesn't want to fight Vegeta because he's Prince of Saiyan. The rest didn't care about ranks. Broly just kept meditating whilst Tarbo wanted to know about his brother. So he began to talk to Nappa, telling him everything he knows. In the wilderness, Kumba found an electric jar. He wanted to know what was inside, so he opens it and a green man pops out. Demon King Piccolo started panting and looked around, saw a little kid on his own. So he took the jar and walked away. But Kumba followed, so eventually Piccolo stopped and made it a piano to look after Kumba, and then began to label. Both teams began training and assessing each one's strongness. 6 months passed. Vegeta's team trained in the Garlic Chamber all at the same time. Bardock's team trained by versing each other. The following night, Bardock's team started to make a move towards the snowy mountains, with Nappa in lead. When they got to the mountains, the defences went off, alerting Vegeta's team of under attack. Vegeta went to Bulma to get the gadget he wanted, so all four went to pick the Fruit of Might before setting out to challenge them. Bulma turned the defences off. When Vegeta's team got to the snowy area, all they saw was Nappa in the open. Vegeta wasn't expecting much from him, so he sent Raditz to attack Nappa. Taylor told Kakarot to go look around, whilst he did too. Tarbo and Bardock burst out from nearby mountains, Tarbo taking Kakarot down, but Taylor dodged Bardock. Whilst Vegeta is watching Raditz and Nappa fighting, Broly charged in for Vegeta but dodged it easily, but was expecting it. Ki Blast was going off, flying everywhere. There wasn't any mountains anymore, just land. Tarbo was winning Kakarot. Bardock was beating Taylor but by a bit. Raditz and Nappa was equal. But Broly was having fun with Vegeta and knocking him around. Vegeta's team began to pull out the fruit and eating it, turning the odds against Bardock's team. Bardock knew about the siege from part 1, so he had a plan that was a bunch of Cybermen turning all the fights to 2v1s. So that means there was like Nappa and a Cyberman and whatever, counting the fruit boost. So there's 2 on each. Vegeta easily beats the Cyberman, so with just Broly he gets behind and slips the gadget on Broly. Vegeta sends Broly to take it. Sends Broly to take out Nappa. 7 minutes explode, Kakarot killing him. With Raditz Raditz boost and Broly and Nappa died. All the Cybermen dissolved. Vegeta versus Tarbo, whilst Broly just stands there. Raditz goes to Broly and pats Broly on the back and damages the device, sending Broly on a rampage. One blast, Raditz gets killed in a big explosion, catching everyone's attention. Bardock and Vegeta use the burst and mix move at the same time, all 4 turning into the Great Apes to work together to kill Broly. Broly doesn't have a tail at this point, so yeah. So he got cut off in part 1. The Great Apes are getting pushed around until they use the Ki Blast together, killing Broly. The fight continued. Vegeta and Tarbo used Gallic Gun, went into a beam sugar, where Vegeta killed Tarbo. Vegeta felt something but shrugged it off and went to watch Taylor's Bardock fight. The fruit effect wore off. Bardock had more power in the 8th form, since he's bigger, giving a use fist to face knocking Tailless out. Vegeta finished the job, killing Tailless. Bardock vs Vegeta. Last fight is on both sides. They fight for a long time. Bardock becomes mad at Vegeta with the amount of damage he took from Tailless. Bardock doesn't last long, gets killed by Vegeta. Vegeta heads towards Rosh's place to make a wish for immortality. While he was flying, a storm came out of nowhere. When Vegeta checked on the walls, one rolled off and smashed, whilst Krillin made the wish from the bottom of the tower. They all came back alive, with Tailless being mad at Vegeta, but he just left him there regrouped at Rosh's place for the tournament. That's about to start soon, so they began to fly over to sign up. Bardock has a moment with Broly, thanking him for giving the real boss to Krillin. So the scenes, Vegeta, Kakarot, Tailless, Raditz made it through the first stage with Krillin, Yamcha, Tien and Bulma, robot that looked like Goku. Kakarot first, Krillin. The winner was Krillin for grabbing Kakarot's tail. Yamcha vs Tien, same thing in the anime, with Tien breaking Yamcha's leg. Vegeta vs Tailless, winner was Tailless because of training with Krillin and anger towards Vegeta, but it was a long fight. Raditz vs the robot for immortal upgrades, the robot won, sending Raditz out of bounds with a cannon light beam. So in this story, Krillin is a lot stronger than his counterpart, but whilst Goku was like the weakest one at the scenes, there's a lot of So Tien faced the robot. The winner was Tien. When he used the 4 arms move, the robot malfunctioned, leaving itself open. Tailless faced Krillin. Was it a fair matchup? Yeah, Tailless. Tailless tied in Krillin at end. He kicked Krillin, sending him out of the ring. Final. Tailless faced Tien. Tailless won, but the fight was long because Tailless wanted to see all his moves, since he's the strongest one out of the Earthlings. Tailless takes the money and passes it to Bulma. But at this point, Bulma is too rich by having the top business in Dino Crabs, so they go to eat instead. Vegeta got ordered by Bulma to get the robot from the tournament. Piccolo sent Kumba to retrieve the martial arts documents. So when Vegeta got there, he was confronted by Kumba. Sensing a dark aura, Vegeta attacks. His punch didn't land, turning Vegeta evil. Joining Kumba on his travels back to Piccolo. Kumba delivered a list of fighters to Piccolo and then created Tambourine.
Music. Download the app today and get a trial of Music Premium on us. Restrictions apply.
Delivered fighters. Piccolo then created Tambourine to hunt down. But before he sets out, he touched Kumba and received a massive power boost, but the aura didn't affect the Namekian like it did to Vegeta. So Tambourine went around killing martial artists that competed in the tournament. Bulma invited all the Saiyans back to HQ to carry on the feast. The main reason was to check on the computer where Vegeta disappeared to, since he has a tracker in the lining of the armor. All Saiyans and Tien, Krillin flew to the headquarters while Bulma was in playing with Roshi and Yamcha. Bulma located the tracker of Vegeta. He was in the woods, so she told Nappa the location and he went alone. Tailless was too proud of himself for winning the tournament and challenged anyone to a fight. Broly challenged Tailless, so they went outside whilst the rest watched. Tailless and Broly was going at it whilst fighting Tailless was getting cheap shots of Broly, so he didn't remain calm. Starting getting angrier. The more it lasted, eventually Tailless got caught by Broly's arm, sending him to the floor. With Broly close behind, readying to punch Tailless in the head, the other Saints jumped in to stop Broly from killing Tailless. Kakarot and Raditz burst Broly at the same time, but still losing. Bardock joined them, making it an even fight, but then Tarbon jumped in to back Broly up. Broly calmed down, but carried on fighting. The fight took the rest of the day, with no sides winning. They just collapsed to the ground. Killing Yamcha Tien trained with Tailless, whilst Roshi relaxed and watched the fights and training. Nappa found Vegeta with a little kid and a big green guy, but Nappa gets shattered by Tambourine and end up fighting Nappa. Nappa won the fight, but with Piccolo sense that he died, he sends Vegeta to fight Nappa by command of Kumba. Vegeta with a power boost toys with Nappa, shooting beams destroying Nappa's limbs, arms and legs, then using Gallic Gun to finish him off for good. Long time has passed. Kumba wanted to see how strong Piccolo was, so he told Vegeta to fight him. Vegeta won by a big margin. Then Piccolo touched Kumba aura and begun the fight again. This time it was closer, but Vegeta still won until people said he will be stronger when he gets his wish for youth. Kumba and Vegeta helped Piccolo to find the Dragon Balls. Piccolo made another egg called Symbol, the dragon to carry out to kill the martial arts. In the headquarters, the news broadcast the murders of the fighting and Symbol left on the bodies of the devil. Roshi knew of the Symbol and told everyone about the new threats, so Bardock, Tailless, Raditz grabbed the fruit, then set out together to face Piccolo. So they search for him. While they do, Roshi told the rest of the story how his master defeated Piccolo before. Until Bardock, Raditz and Tailless hear screams from a village. It was a big green dragon fighting a small blue dragon. The freed Saiyans saved Goron just in time. Goron used the merry-go-gum around Symbol. In that brief time, Raditz, Bardock, Tailless killed Symbol. But then Piccolo turned up. Goron fled, but Piccolo killed him. Tailless challenges Piccolo on a one-on-one, both landing blows on each other. Raditz cowered behind a tree whilst Bardock watches. Then Tailless eats the fruit, but nothing happens. Ends up getting hit, so he couldn't move anymore. Bardock stops the beam, reflecting the beam back, hitting Piccolo. Both damaged. Piccolo rips his arm off and throws it back in. Right, Bardock eats the fruit. It's a power boost. Cause touch door. I gotta go. I gotta check some. Oh, never mind. Just start over with Piccolo until Piccolo charged up a devastating beam. When it was fired, Raditz quickly grabbed Tailless and Bardock out of the way and hid in the bushes. Piccolo thinks he killed them, so he heads to the king's castle. Bardock, Tailless, Raditz were hungry and could smell a big fish cooking, so they went and eat it. That's when Yajirobe comes, saying that was his fish. Bardock told him that there's a better meat over there, pointing towards Simba. Raditz saw a bow around his neck, so the three stayed around him to protect him. Kumba and Vegeta have collected 5 out of 7 Dragon Balls. Bulma's radar was beeping that there was one close, so they look around in the woods. Kumba sent Vegeta alone to the HQ whilst he went to get Yajirobe's ball. Vegeta arrived at the HQ. Bulma welcomed him back, but didn't show any emotions. Broly sensed he's evil and told everyone to back away. Broly faced Vegeta, but with a boost, Broly got beat. Kakarot and Turbo, then Tien, and Yamcha defended Roshi. Roshi was left standing, so the only option was left for him was to do the Malfuba, or the evil containment wave. Vegeta gets trapped in the electric jar, and Roshi died. Everyone was saddened by it. Tien went to learn the move, whilst everyone else went out to the King Castle, leaving Yamcha and Bulma behind with Vegeta's jar, whilst Kakarot, Turbo, Broly left. Kumba met up with Bardock, Taylor's Raditz, and Yajirobe. Bardock was grateful that his son lived, but Kumba ended up twisted. Kumba touched Yajirobe, making him evil, and handed it over the Dragon Ball. Then he started attacking Bardock. Kumba flew to the King Castle with all 6 Dragon Balls. Bardock stayed behind whilst Taylor and Raditz gave chase. Bardock didn't want to hit the Earthling, so he trapped Yajirobe in the ground and left him. Kumba joins Piccolo, with Raditz and Taylor behind. They come face to face with Piccolo again. Taylor sends a Ki Blast towards Kumba, but the blast bounced off and hit Piccolo in the back, going straight through it. So with his last breath, he spits out Piccolo Jr. Broly, Kakarot, Turbo arrive. Raditz tells Kakarot that his Ki Blast doesn't work, just bounces off. Makes them 2 times as strong. Turbo had an idea, so he told Broly to shoot a Ki Blast. He got reflected, and Turbo used his shield to reflect it. But his aim wasn't good, so he gave up. Bardock came down and used the base mix move. Turning all the old Spirit Apes, he used their blast, pushing Kumba away from the planet far away. All the 6 Dragon Balls fell from the sky. They summoned the dragon to wish back the people they got. The people that got killed by Vegeta and Piccolo. The dragon makes the wish, but Master Roshi denied the request and wasn't brought back. Just Nappa and Death of the martial artist. Bardock heads towards Yajirobe to see if he's fine. Then goes to Kami's house to tell the Turtle that Roshi's dead. Bardock took the Turtle and his belongings to the HQ. Bulma made a ponder room for the Turtle. Raditz, Kakarot, Turbo feel useless at this point and asked Broly, and he took them to Current Tower. Taylor went back to the HQ, whilst keeping it to himself that Piccolo's fattening out, because he wants to beat him on his own, so he forces the Bardock to train with him. Nappa goes to the HQ to check on stuff and find out what happened. Nappa opens the electric jar. Vegeta comes out, or came out, but wasn't evil anymore, so they began to train. Kakarot, Turbo, Raditz,
Music.
train.
Download the app today and get a trial of Music Premium on us. Restrictions apply.
Looks like this is going to be tougher than we thought. Yeah, I can't wait.
Kakarot, Turbo, Raditz trained with Kakarot and Broly went to get the Ultra Divine water from the ice cabinet. Because he lost to Vegeta, so he wants power instead of watching. Broly found the water. There's a chance that it kills people if they don't have any special power. Broly drinks the water, becomes in pain, and at the end his tail grew back, giving him more power and more focus, so he exits the area. Turbo and Kakarot finish their training and receive the belt from Current. Rory, Kakarot and Taba went to the lookout. That's above Colin's tower they used to Kakarot's paw. Whilst Reddit was having trouble getting the water from Corin. All three spent the 3 years up there with Mr. Popper. Reddit joined these a year later. TM mastered the mouth boober, but too late. Yamcha, Killer and Chains then went to the Corin's tower a year later, staying with TM. Then they go their own ways after the last year. If you want to see more, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All of it done. This was made about a few years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. So it made it in 2018. I thought it was lost, thought it was deleted or whatever. So I never got around to it. So anyway, this was the part 3 and this might be the last part of it anyway. I'm not doing anymore. Unless if you want more. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, subscribe or comment down below if you want to, so you don't have to. And in a bit.